I got the HyperX Quadcast USB gaming microphone. Let's get into it. First off, I want to say HyperX did not send me this microphone to review. I bought this with my own money. I'm going to give my 100% honest review and reaction on this product. I actually bought this microphone a long time ago before I even started doing microphone reviews, so I do have quite a bit of knowledge on this microphone. Let's get to the review. What's up everybody, welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. And before we actually talk about the microphone, we need to talk about what comes in the box. It does come with a user manual, however, I've misplaced it. Like I said, I bought this microphone a few years ago. It does come with a desk stand, a pretty heavy desk stand. However, I suggest getting a boom arm and putting it on that so when you bump your desk, the microphone doesn't pick it up, that resonant noise. It does have a boom arm mount to where you can put it on a boom arm, as I have it now, and it comes with a USB cable, a braided USB cable. However, it's one of those mini USBs, so take that what you will. Alright, first off, let's talk about some of the features that come with this microphone. As you can see, it has LEDs inside. Now it is only the red LEDs, that is the only colors that this have, but it does look nice on camera if you're into an LED microphone. It does have a capacitive touch mute button on top, which is very sensitive. I didn't even barely have to touch this thing before it muted itself, but I enjoy the fact that it's a very sensitive touch. It does come with 4 different polar patterns. It's right here on the box. It has stereo, omnidirectional, cardioid, and bidirectional. I am using the cardioid pattern, and you can change that right here with this knob. You got all 4 polar patterns right there, and you can change that. Now you can also self-monitor yourself with this microphone. The only problem with that is that it's right in the very back of the microphone, right where everything connects. You got your USB cable and your headphone jack right there. It is a very tight area. Once you put your headphones in, and you're not taking these things out hardly at all, because it is a pain in the butt to put your headphones in and take them out. It's also a pain in the butt to connect this microphone once you have it on the boom arm, just so you know. The gain on this thing can be found on the very bottom. This whole bottom piece rotates, and there's 5 dots that go from small to big to let you know which way you need to go for louder or quieter gain. And you rotate this one way, my gain gets louder. You rotate the other way, it gets smaller. Now the 5 dots, they're so small and you can rotate past them, so there's no real way to actually know where to set it, and it's just play and figure out where it goes. Alright, let's do some tests with this microphone. As you can see, we've been using this microphone the entire time, and this is the sound you've been getting. So let's see what happens when you get right up on the microphone. Say, this is what it sounds like when you're right up on the microphone. Now I'm at a good speaking distance right now. This is a good speaking distance away, a good Y away. I'm about a foot away from the microphone. This is what it sounds like when you're about a foot away from the microphone. And this is what it sounds like when you're about 2 feet away from the microphone. Now I will say I have had my fan going this whole time, so I am getting a little bit of that coming through because this is a very sensitive microphone. This is a condenser microphone. You're going to get a lot of room noise if you have a lot of room noise. If you have a computer going with the fan going, it's probably going to pick that up unless you have some software to eliminate that, and this does not come with any software. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run some more tests. I'm going to look directly into the microphone and say, please do not put pineapple on pizza. Please do not put pineapple on pizza. And it is plosive heavy if you're talking directly into it, so don't do that. use a 45-degree angle. And please do not put pineapple on pizza. Please do not put pineapple on pizza. You'll be fine with your plosives. They won't affect you hardly at all. Now the sound resonance. If you was to tap your desk and you were using the desk stand, you would pick up some of that sound resonance, I'm pretty sure. But on the boom arm, tapping on my desk, the boom arm, the microphone, and some keys. That is your sound resonance. How about some sound rejection? Couldn't think of the word. All right, this is what it sounds like when you're using the cardioid polar pattern, and you just spin the microphone 90-degree angle behind it, another 90-degree, and we are right back in front. A little bit of handling noise as well. Let's change polar patterns. Now I'm using the bi-directional. This should pick up from the front and the back and eliminate the sides. So this is what it sounds like on the front of the microphone. Come around to the side, and this is what it sounds like. Now I'm right back behind the microphone, to the side, and back in front. Let's change polar patterns. Now I'm using the omnidirectional polar pattern to where it should pick up everything from all sides. I'm going to spin this microphone around all sides. I'm talking and handling the microphone. This is what it sounds like as I'm spinning the microphone. There we go. Back in front. Let's go to the last polar pattern. Now this is the stereo mode where I believe it should just pick up the sides right here, and this is what it's doing. This is the stereo mode. This is what it sounds like when you are going around. That's what it sounds like in stereo modes. Let's put it back in the cardioid pattern and put this back on the boom arm. Well, there you have it with all the tests. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, listen to everything I've already recorded, and come back with my final thoughts. And now for my final thoughts. I think the HyperX Quadcast has a decent sound. Definitely not the worst sounding microphone ever, but it's definitely not the best sounding microphone either. It's a little thin in my personal opinion. I like a microphone with a little bit more presence. Now I will say, if you like the LEDs, the shock mount, the 4 polar patterns, if that is useful to you, then definitely pick this up because it does not have a horrible sound at all. You can find this on Amazon for about $85. I will leave the link in the comments and description below. Alright, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. And remember, if I don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.